Hi, everybody. Fast Coasters here, and today we're going to be discussing the potential replacement or replacements of Kingda and Green Lantern at Six Flags Great Adventure. Now, just some housekeeping stuff to get out of the way. Sorry for the lack of uploads as of late. It's been really busy with work. Hopefully, March will have more time. And another thing, all this type of video will be unscripted because I think I sounded really fake in the scripted one I did about the 2025 coasters. And I think I sounded a lot better in the Wildcats Revenge review, which thank you for the support on that, by the way. There's definitely going to be some more reviews on the way. But yeah, so let's get straight into it. So first, we'll get the big one out of the way first. Kingda Ka. Obviously, it's a very controversial topic right now, but what they should do with it, what's going to go there, what somebody should or shouldn't put there. And I just want to preface by saying, I don't care about the records. I just care about a good ride. You slap down a Max Striker coaster there or a Mach Hyper, I will be fine. That's not what they're going to get, and that's not what's in this video. But the point is, I prefer the quality of the ride over the statistics of the ride, and I thought most people preferred that as well, but all of a sudden, I think a lot more people care about records, specifically with this one. Obviously, because Kingda Ka was the world's tallest coaster, it was the fastest in the country, so it was a pretty landmark attraction, and it is shocking that it is gone, not with us. By the time this video comes out, it might be blown up. This is going to be the week they're going to implode it, so we'll see. But the first potential replacement I wanted to talk about, and we're going to go from least likely to most likely here, three for each. So the least likely replacement I think is going to be another Intamin Strata coaster. Obviously, they're not going to redo the ride because the whole thing is gone now. But another Intamin Strata coaster replacing it, I really don't think so. It would probably be more like Red Force at Ferrari Land. Basically the same exact thing as Kingda Ka with an LSM launch and just a longer track. I really don't think they're going to do that. I think it would make people happy, but I just can't see it happening. So the next one is going to be an Intamin LSM coaster. Now this could be a broad range, not a strata coaster, but this is more of a broader range. Maybe like a Velocicoaster or a Pantheon. But any there's a lot of Intamin launch coasters that could fit in this plot, and I think would be an excellent fit, especially if you want to do like that Golden Kingdom theme. If you want to keep that, I think this type of coaster really lend itself really well to that theme. But I don't think that's what it's going to get. What I think it's going to get is the most obvious one and the one that everybody's talking about. It is the Mac Extreme Spinner Tower Coaster. Now, a lot of people are a little upset about this, saying, oh, it's just a one trick pony. Look at this thing. Look at this thing at the top of that tower. Look, you're going to be hanging off of that tower about probably 450 feet in the air. That's going to be the only. This is going to be the only coaster we can get that feeling. So if that is it, I'm really happy for it. I really want to see it. I really want to ride it. Also, the upside down stall with the launch is going to be crazy. But if I had to change it, I would do the same thing, but I would have it come back down as a full circuit, drop all the way back down, do an airtime hill like Ka, and then end it there. That's how I would do it. And I think that'd make a lot of people happy as well instead of just a shuttle launch. And I do understand because some people are, and it is happening a lot. We're getting a lot of these shuttle coasters just up and down. But I do think that this one will be far and wide the best one out of all of them, in my opinion. So let's move on to Green Lantern. Now, speaking realistically here, I do think it's just going to be one big coaster. I can't see Green Lantern getting a replacement quick. But I think they can fit the tower coaster in just Kingda Ka's land if they are going with the shuttle system. So we're going to talk about hypothetically what Green Lantern could be replaced with. Now, none of these options are really too unrealistic. I could definitely see all of them coming into this spot at some point. But the first option is a B&M wing coaster. Now, obviously, B&M hasn't been doing their best as of late. A little bit of a rattle on their coasters, but I'm pretty sure they could figure it out. A wing coaster would be great for Great Adventures lineup. It could go in another part of the park, but I think it could be a good fit here. You could have it go over the front entrance if you really want to, have it be like a gatekeeper sort of attraction for the park. I would say redo the front entrance, but they just redid the front entrance, so I can't see it getting another overhaul. But I think a wing coaster would fit here well. I don't know what the theme would be. I don't think we're going to get another superhero theme here. I think they're going to start straying away from that with the new Six Flags. But yeah, a wing coaster I think would be a good ride. Obviously, the rattle issues, as you can see, Raptera, it is a little bit shaky on that launch track. It could be launched, it could be a chain lift, but either one would work here for me, to be honest. And I think either one would work for the park. I remember back in 2016, a lot of people thought they were going to get a B&M wing coaster, but we got Joker instead, which, Joker's fun, but a wing coaster definitely would have been better. So maybe we could get that wing coaster now. Option number two is one that I would love, but I think a lot of people would like it. Honestly, I think some of the locals would be hesitant about it, for obvious reasons, and that is a B&M surf coaster. Now, I think Hershey Park is more likely to get a surf coaster over Great Adventure, but a surf coaster would be sort of a spiritual successor to Green Lantern. I know a lot of people didn't really like Green Lantern, but it was fine. The surf coasters are a lot of fun. I did the only one pipeline at SeaWorld Orlando. That one is a blast. So I think with a better layout, I think it could be an incredible ride. Obviously, locals would be hesitant because a lot of them did not like Green Lantern. Back in the day, a lot of them did not like Shockwave, the intimate stand up. So, it would hopefully change the stigma, but it could be, like a risky bet for Great Adventure. Or if you want, you could put it in another part of the park, but I really can't see that happening. The last option is the one I would want, and the one that's most likely, in my opinion, and that is a modern Vekoma. And that could range from a LSM coaster to a short chain lift coaster like Let Coaster. But what I'm hoping for here is a Vekoma tilt coaster, and maybe the like a spiritual successor to the Great American Scream Machine. But any Vekoma would work here, and obviously, all of these three have a similar likelihood of happening, in my opinion. But I think the Vekoma coaster would definitely be the best quality ride out of all of them. You can make it. You don't have to make it small either. You can make it a pretty big ride, take up a lot more of the land, and yeah. So though that is the most likely option, in my opinion, for going to um, Green Lantern spot. But as I said, they're all pretty much the same. None of them are really as outlandish, more outlandish than the other. I think all of them at some point would fit in Great Adventures lineup. Anyway, so that is what I would think is going to replace the two coasters. Obviously, not everybody's going to be happy with all of them, especially Kingda Ka. I think people want some sort of Falcon's flight there, but that's just not going to happen. I'm sorry, there's no space for it, uh, and that's a risky bet in its own, that coaster. So it is a shame that Kingda Ka left us, but it's time to move on. Obviously, I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to fault you if you do. You can miss it. I miss it, but don't stew over it. Don't just be vengeful and rageful about it for the next 5 years. Great Adventure is in a down point right now, but I do think they're going to rebound. I think that Cedar Fair's, or excuse me, Six Flags' main target for revitalization, because that park needed a lot of help as is. Even before they took out Ka, there were some problems there. Um, but I do think the park is going to rebound. I just urge everybody to, give them a chance. It wasn't, as far as we know, who knows whose decision it was to take out Kingda Ka. But don't let that one decision ruin your enjoyment of all the other attractions in the park. Obviously, we got El Toro, we still got Nitro, we still got Jersey Devil. So there are some good stuff still at Great Adventure. So it's not all, not like all hope is lost. So I think once they get this tower coaster, whether people like it or not, it's going to be a good ride. And hopefully we get some more coaster investments in the future, and hopefully we become a bigger player in the chain. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Next review is either going to be a Hershey Park review or an El Toro coaster review. So stay on the lookout for that. And as far as Planet Coaster content goes, Pachuca Park, I might do one more episode, but I'm kind of done with that park. I don't really like how it turned out, but I am going to release it soon. And my water park that I'm building is almost done, so that should be releasing hopefully next month. Those videos should be start coming out. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.